They post verses, they pray on camera, they cry about faith. But behind the curated Instagram feeds and sermon-style YouTube shorts, there's a hidden truth few are willing to confront. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the polished world of Christian influencers and exposing the hypocrisy that lies beneath their halos. You may recognize them, the mega-influencers of Christian TikTok and Instagram. Perfect smiles, Bible quotes in pastel fonts, luxury vacations funded by donations, and sponsored devotionals. But here's the real question. Are they spreading the gospel or just building a personal brand? Let's begin with one of the most uncomfortable realities: money. Many Christian influencers today push what amounts to a modern-day prosperity gospel. While they speak about humility and contentment, their lives are full of designer bags, $80 devotionals, and lavish retreats for the faithful few. Some even sell courses promising spiritual breakthrough for a fee. The contradiction is striking. The Bible warns, those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap. 1 Timothy 6:9. Yet the influencer lifestyle is almost entirely about consumption. One look at their feeds shows luxury cars, private getaways, and links to Amazon storefronts labeled Faith Girl must-haves. But faith isn't a product. And yet, for many influencers, it's a profitable one. These digital ministers preach simplicity while selling a version of Christianity that is image-first and brand-centered. And the most tragic part, it works. But it's not just about materialism. There's a growing pattern of influencers preaching one thing while living another. Take Dale Partridge, for example, a popular Christian influencer, author, and entrepreneur. His platform exploded with content on faith, family, and biblical manhood. But behind the scenes, he faced plagiarism allegations and was even sued for stealing content. Not exactly living above reproach. Even more troubling is the lack of accountability in this space. Unlike pastors and churches who are at least in theory accountable to elders or leadership boards, Christian influencers answer to no one. They are their own brands, their own bosses, their own pastors. They can say what they want, do what they want, and hide what they want, while continuing to cash in on Christian credibility. You might think, well, they're just people. Everyone makes mistakes. And you're right. But the issue here is not just about personal flaws. It's about systemic deception. These influencers curate a life that seems holy and wholesome, but in reality, it's filtered, monetized, and scripted to perfection. A Reddit user recently put it this way: it feels like they're turning a private relationship with God into a performance for likes and sponsorships. And then there's the manipulation. Some influencers deliberately use fear tactics, apocalypse clickbait, warnings of the end times, and accusations against lukewarm Christians to boost engagement. Their content thrives on fear, shame, and spiritual anxiety. The more controversial the claim, the more viral the video. Meanwhile, actual theology takes a back seat to dramatic headlines and TikTok-ready soundbites. They say things like, "God gave me a dream last night about what's coming to America," and then launch into vague prophecies that stoke fear rather than faith. Many critics have noticed that the so-called revelations often align perfectly with political narratives or trending culture war topics. It's no longer about truth, it's about traffic. This kind of spiritual performance isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. It leads to confusion, division, and an empty, image-based version of Christianity. And it's not just happening in fringe spaces. Some of the most famous Christian influencers are profiting off a faith they barely live. Their lives are curated for engagement. Their relationships often performative. Their quiet time with God, usually filmed with a ring light. And worst of all, it's causing damage. Many young Christians are feeling alienated from their own faith because of what they see online. They're constantly comparing themselves to influencers who seem spiritually perfect, emotionally stable, and materially blessed. The result? Shame, anxiety, and a faith that feels fake. One user online shared this: "Watching these people makes me feel like I'll never be enough. Like if I'm not journaling in a candlelit room or praying in front of a lake, I'm doing faith wrong." That's the trap. These influencers replace the real struggle of following Christ with the illusion of spiritual success. They don't point to the cross, they point to themselves. We're not saying every Christian creator is a fraud. There are genuine people out there trying to share their faith honestly. But when someone's brand starts replacing their beliefs, when they monetize morality and commodify conviction, we have to ask, are they leading people to Christ or leading people to click? So, how do we tell the difference? Start with these 3 questions. Do their actions match what they preach? Are they transparent about money and sponsorships? Do they point to Scripture or to themselves? Jesus warned of wolves in sheep's clothing, those who appear holy but lead others astray. In today's world, those wolves might just have Instagram bios that say Jesus first and links to merch in their stories. Don't fall for the facade. Real faith isn't always pretty. It's not always shareable. It's not a business. It's a relationship with God rooted in grace, humility, and truth. So next time you scroll past a Christian influencer, ask yourself, who are they really influencing, and what are they really selling? Thanks for watching. This video made you think? Share it. And let us know in the comments, have you ever felt discouraged or disillusioned by Christian content online? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and stay real.